Hey, just yesterday we were graced by Barbie herself by going ahead and releasing Snow Globe Summit. I found out this news yesterday on TikTok live, and I was like, there's no way. There's no way she brought back Snow Globe Summit, okay? I'm still in shock and disbelief that I'm back in this realm again. I'm so happy that it's back. Honestly, this is probably the best update I could have possibly have ever wanted. Even though there's not much to do right now, you can still cook and basically do rides and stuff like that. But as of the main event of Snow Globe Summit hasn't arrived, which I'm kind of hoping for, but if not, honestly, having Snow Globe Summit back brings back so many memories for me. I'm just glad that it's back. But this is not the point of today's video. I wanted to go ahead and talk about and discuss the whole bulk of the update of Glitterfrost so far, and basically talk about my thoughts and opinions on it, what I liked, what I disliked, what I think they could do better on, etc, etc, etc. And of course, as always, I want to hear your thoughts and opinions down below, so let me know what you guys think of phase 1 of Glitterfrost and everything that's included. So the set that was released for this Glitterfrost was the Lullaby set. Now I don't know if that's the full name, but there's a lot of pieces in the set that I've already stated before that are really good, such as the bodice, the skirt, the coat, the shoes, and maybe the bow. I do feel like there's certain parts of the set that I find very much useless, like you don't need it. And I know a lot of people in the community have been complaining about the price of the sleeves. Now I get that there's a whole bunch of different toggles with it, but the main issue is that for just some fuzzy sleeves that don't even work well on some hand textures is 20k. A lot of people found it really ridiculous. Now to that I say again, they're gloves. If you don't like them, you don't have to get them, but it is really annoying for an accessory like that, because it is an accessory, to cost 20k. The Snow Swan gloves cost 12k in the game, or 12.5k in the game, which is significantly cheaper than the gloves. And I know that Barbie needs to pay her developers for the game and everything like that. Like, it makes sense, but I do feel like that price could have been distributed throughout the entire set. I don't think the gloves alone should have been worth 20k at all, especially since accessories in the game don't even cost that much to begin with. Like earrings, gloves, scarves, accessories should not be worth 20k. That doesn't even make sense. And a lot of people were upset that on certain toggles, and I think like the male toggles, it kind of glitches through. Even when I saw it, it looks like it was really much glitching through my fingernails. Like you can still see my nails going through the gloves. So on certain hand types, and I think on certain genders, it doesn't work. So it's just, I feel like it really much is a waste of diamonds. And that's why I was just like, should I wait to see the community prices of these gloves, because there's no way people are actually paying full price for these? I just feel like it's not worth it that much for a couple of toggles at least. But other than that whole debacle with the gloves, I feel like majority of the set is really pretty. I do feel as if it's very much niche. A lot of people have said it's very much underwhelming, saying that it's not as peak as the Snow Swan set or past sets or anything like that. And I do feel like it is kind of basic, but not basic in a bad way. I do feel as if the less amount of pieces there are, the less expensive it is, which for me personally, for someone who doesn't have a lot of diamonds, which the whole entire set costs 140k diamonds for the entire set. And like I said, you don't need the entire set. Like at most, get the skirt, bodice, and the shoes. That's what I recommend with all sets really. Any other like parts of the set that has accessories and stuff like that, you can choose on if you want it or not. But a lot of us don't have that kind of diamonds to spend, and so a lot of us choose to get the parts of the sets that we really like, and that's what I personally did. And to be honest, the set isn't too bad. It may be basic to some, especially the skirt. I feel like the skirt is very much, it's customizable in the sense that it fits the season, but out of season, it doesn't really work as well. I don't really know how many other combinations you can make with the skirt personally, but I digress. The whole set, including the shoes, look really nice. They're cute. Enough said. Moving on to the whole Halo situation this year, as you guys know that we have a new Glitterfrost 2025 Halo, which basically looks like a reef with decorations floating atop of it. There's obviously people who have went ahead and shown what the new Halo looks like and the badge and basically the toggles. And a lot of people saying it's very much underwhelming as well. Like, a lot of people are complaining about a lot of different things. And to be quite honest, I feel like the complaints are a little bit too much. Some of them I understand, but at the end of the day, what are you gonna do? Like, I do feel like we're very much accustomed to overpriced shoes, skirts, and bodices in the game. So at this point, it really is just no surprise that the gloves were 20K or anything like that. But then the Halo, I personally don't find an issue with it. A lot of people were saying how, again, it was very underwhelming. It didn't fit the aesthetic of Glitterfrost. And honestly, I like how they kind of moved from like the whole blue glittery theme that we had with previous Glitterfrost Halos. It's definitely different and out of a lot of people's comfort zone. And honestly, it's not a lot of people's aesthetic, and that's okay. I don't think it needs to be anybody's aesthetic for you to get the Halo, especially since my luck with getting Halos, I have not one Halo at all. Honestly, I'm willing to take anything at this point. Like, even if it's an old corrupted Halo, I'm willing to take it, because it's just like, you ain't got room to be picky. But other than that, my thoughts on the Halo, it looks pretty. It looks decent enough. I don't have any real hatred towards it. Again, for someone who doesn't have any Halos, I just feel like any Halo is I'll take it. I don't really have any real opinions for it other than the fact that it looks decent enough. It functions like a Halo. Like, you can tilt it to either side, you can customize it. Like, there's a lot of customized options for it as per every Halo that you've gotten. And I want to go ahead and put this in here, even though I was gonna probably have this in a separate video, but I do wish that at the fountain, considering that we've had older Glitterfrost Halos and older Halos, I do feel like those types of Halos should become more common to win at the fountain. I know Halos in the game are supposed to be the rarest item to get regardless of what kind of Halo you got. It's supposed to be really rare, and the most expensive items in the game are Halos, and I get that. But for example, for Glitterfrost, you have the new Halo, and then you have previous years Glitterfrost Halos that have become more common that you can still win at the fountain, but they've become a lot more common because they're not the most newest version. Sorry if you hear some little squeaking in the background. My dog is currently playing with her toy, but my point still stands. Any past Halos that you were unable to win in the past should be able to be obtainable or won at the fountain during that time or season, and be a lot more common than it actually is. But I'll dive more into that in a different video. Moving on to the last part I have to talk about for phase 1 of Glitterfrost is, of course, Snow Globe Summit. I'm glad I waited to do this video until Snow Globe Summit came out. I did not expect Snow Globe Summit to come out so soon, so I was very much surprised. I was not expecting that. It is exactly how I remember it being when I played back in, like, I forgot when it was removed, but like back in like 2022, 21, around that range. I don't know when Snow Globe Summit was officially removed from the game, but I'm so glad that it's back. I already knew, or had kind of an inkling, that when Barbie decided to bring back Wicked Cliffs, that it was a potential high chance she'll bring back Snow Globe Summit and all the previous event realms in the game. I honestly don't know why it was removed to begin with, but I'm so glad that now Royal High is starting to be revived again. Even though there's not much to do in Snow Globe Summit as of right now, it still gives me hope that Barbie may bring back the advent calendar, probably adding some different things or tweaks here and there, but kind of semi-similar. And then it also gives me hope for future events that we have, like the New Year's Eve realm and things like that. I don't know if Barbie will ever bring that back though, to be honest. I just feel like that's a very old realm. A lot of realms are very much old, like Snow Globe Summit and Wicked Cliffs, and I'm just surprised we even got that. So I'm grateful that Snow Globe Summit is back. I haven't completely checked out every single thing, but so far, looking at it, everything seems to be exactly where it's supposed to be, exactly the same that I remember it before it left, if not better. And I'm also gonna add in here the art classroom that got updated as well, which I think this is the first time that they updated the art classroom. I don't think they updated the rainy day classroom, so to have at least one out of the two classrooms updated is a plus. I love how they decorated it. It's giving very much festive holiday seasonal vibes and everything like that, so I'm glad that they updated that. And that's basically all I have to say about that. I know this video was kind of short and me ranting and raving about different things, but of course, like I said, let me hear your opinions down below. Let me know what you guys are thinking of Glitterfrost so far and what you hope will happen for Glitterfrost throughout the season. I was not expecting Snow Globe Summit to come back this early. I mean, we're still very much in November, so December ain't even here yet, and Snow Globe Summer is already here. But with that being said, let me know, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye bye.